Hello, everyone. How's it going? I am Jeff, and with me is Ben, and this is random conversations with my friend Ben, or friend Ben. I'm very wonky at the moment. Hello, Ben.
But
And tonight's conversation is going to be completely random because we never have no segments of what we're going to do.
I thought you wanted to talk about Mega Man.
You want to talk about Mega Man from last night because you're the one that said that wasn't going to be like very like at the moment passed, it was awesome, and I don't think we're going to recapture lightning in this. But do you want to talk about
Oh,
Mega Man?
okay.
No, do you want to talk about it? I don't mind.
Oh, I don't care either way. I just thought like you saying this is never scripted, and then saying, "But we do have a script," would be funny.
I mean, it's a script. It's kind of not. It's just more of a guideline.
We can talk about whatever.
You sure?
Yeah,
Okay then. Okay, so I guess randomness. Even though I want to be random, it's just that I want to talk about Mega Man because it seemed like it was interesting.
sure.
I don't know what part, but Mega Man. Uh,
I
I
mean,
would.
other than Dan having me play Legends, I owned X4 on the PS1. Was terrible at it. I think that's really all the Mega Man games I've played, but for some reason I have watched a ton of Reploid Revo.
What's Reploid Vivo?
It's this YouTube channel. Basically, how do I explain it? Um, I don't know how many people are involved in this production. I know there are at least two.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know their real names, but they both have characters on the YouTube channel. One is named Twitch, who is like a Mega Man X era Reploid who works as a Maverick Hunter, but like a low ranking one. So,
Oh, Reploid. Okay, okay.
and the other one would be what is it, Duster? And they're also a Mega Man X era Reploid who works more like a mechanic. And the bit is that after working a beat as a Maverick Hunter for a while, Twitch gets invited to like work as a basically like a time traveler. But the idea of time traveling is to go back in time without being noticed and just document history more closely.
Okay.
And so Duster is a mechanic for the time machine. But basically, every episode is just analyzing something about Mega Man. Actually, come to think of it, the entire like what should I say show? Because I guess there are multiple shows on the channel
Yeah.
that entire like concept was made for. I haven't actually watched any of them.
Hmm.
The show that like was made for is called Time Skimmer, and I think that it literally like gives you a synopsis of each Mega Man game. And
Cool.
even though I'm like absolutely terrible at Mega Man, part of me wants to like go back and try it one day. So I don't watch those.
Oh.
Instead, I watch a show called Who Exactly Is,
Mm-hmm.
where they just run through a bunch of stuff about Mega Man characters, which I guess kind of interested me in the game.
Cool. Um. Okay. I gotten into Mega Man randomly only because it was like more the anime version than the Nintendo version when I was a kid, which I sucked at because it was hard. Platformers like
Yeah,
that. No matter what
I'm
happens.
terrible at Mega Man.
Yeah, no matter what no matter what anyone says, Mega Man is a hard game to try to beat as a kid, and even now too. Even when you have the rewind function or whatever, it's still hard to beat.
Yeah, I had X4, so it was like maybe it's just be easier if I had a sword. And I played as Zero constantly.
Zero is awesome,
Yes.
and he is easier, but at the same time, it's also kind of hard because sometimes you wish you had that range, and he doesn't get a range unless you hit a boss with a range attack, and it comes out
Yeah, I
too
didn't
late.
beat it with Zero either.
Yeah, I mean, let's just admit it was the edgelord phase. I mean, he had a fucking green sword, and he's awesome.
Yes.
Blonde hair, and he's actually, and remember, he's a robot, but apparently he's a handsome robot, and a lot of females might find him attractive, even though he has no actual male features except for his pretty hair and face.
I was going. Screw it.
What's that?
Come back to me.
Okay. Um. But I got into Mega Man X when I was like a little bit older, like fifth grade, and I played it randomly, but I never really was a fan until. And I'm not sure if I'm still a fan of it, more or less. I can enjoy it now because at least I know what I'm doing. And actually, I made some progress a year and a half ago on Mega Man X completion set on my PS4, and I set up with the first game, and it was interesting. And I think I'm still trying to defeat like two more bosses, and I'm doing good. But I think I just lost interest.
Alright.
Mm. And then we talked about Mega Man Legends, which is an awesome RPG for its
Yeah,
time, even though it's clunky, and it is because it was on PlayStation at the time.
yeah.
And
The story was really cool though.
the
I liked
story
it.
really is good. I mean, the story has
Should
its
we throw
ups
out a
and
spoiler
snaps.
warning? Should we throw out a spoiler warning?
Um, oh right. Well, you can't see my hands because I'm actually recording this. I'm recording audio. I have a picture of female characters from a game I like, so you can't see my warning. But spoiler warning for Mega Man Legends. Go for it, Ben.
All right, but so yeah, it was good. I don't know, like especially near the end, it really picked up near the end.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Even though it's been
Like
like
that whole,
almost 15
huh?
years for me. Hmm?
Like that whole boss fight with the Trons where they like go down in the river or something.
Mm-hmm.
That actually, like, I knew them like this is a kids game. They're fine, but I totally believe they weren't fine for a while.
Yeah. And I'm trying to remember exactly the boss fights because I know I did. I can't remember exactly. All I know is that you have to defeat Baby again, but in another big like mecha battle or something. I forget. Really, I forget.
Yeah,
I remember
I
the
feel like you
fucking
only fight
ending,
the
but
yeah. I feel like you only fight the one with like the pacifier once.
oh, good. So you don't do. Oh, good. Thank God. I mean, Baby was just. He's not annoying, but he does look kind of fucked up with those big fucking arms and whatever.
He comes to me in my dreams sometimes.
I mean, he probably. I mean, yeah, with that face and oof, it is creepy. It is creepy. Um. So, have you ever played Mega Man Legends 2?
No, not yet.
Me neither. I have it on my PS3
Oh, cool.
digitally, but I've never played it because I was trying to beat Mega Man Legends 1, and I should play it again. But I'm not sure if I will because I want to play other games and whatever. I mean, I mean, I have like 40 years or whatever. I'll probably be fine. I can play it sometime.
Yeah.
Mm.
Actually, that does. I did think of something really random.
Okay, go for it.
When I was actually looking into like unlocking stuff for Mega Man Legends,
Mm-hmm.
there was something that I saw that I'm like, I wish I could find on the internet. And I kind of did, and I found a forum about people translating it, and I will still try and look for that every once in a while if I remember it. But are you aware of what I mean if I talk about Go For It Domon?
Go for it, Goemon?
Like basically, I like G Gundam, and I saw a G Gundam manga in like Barnes and Noble a long time ago.
Oh, you mean G Gundam? Oh, Domon. Not. Oh, okay. What about
Yeah,
it?
but in the back of the mangas, there was a section called "Go For It Domo," where it was this like simpler animation joke panels that they would be like four panels going straight up and down.
Okay.
And apparently, someone did that with Mega Man Legends. So there's like a "Go For It Domo" and Mega Man Legends thing.
Really?
Yes, I can't remember what it was called. I had it for a second. It was probably like Rockman something something something. But yeah, I loved those comics in the back. They're
Cool.
actually popular enough that they apparently got remade with Gundam Wing when that was turned into like a comic.
Really?
I don't mean that there was Go For It Hero. I mean there was Go For It Domon Wing, like the G
Domon
Gundam
Wing.
and the wing characters would interact with each other.
Oh, speaking of
Uh,
speaking of
yeah, I
wing.
think like, huh?
Oh, go on.
I think like Hero was a psychopath. Domon wanted to hang out with the G people because they seemed more fun to hang out with.
Mm-hmm.
Wu Fei was still annoying.
You don't like Wu Fei.
No. Also, I part of me does like how in this Gundam Abridged YouTube thing that I was watching by like Operation Meteor, and
Yeah.
it smelled like more meat. They actually made Wu Fang somewhat like tolerable.
Really?
Yes. Should I tell you how, or is that a spoiler?
I mean, dude, I don't really watch abridged stuff anymore. You can go for
Spoilers for Gundam Wing. No, that's Final Fantasy. Gundam Wing Abridged by Obi Meat.
it.
They made Wu Fei tolerable by his like whole complex of being the best and like hating women comes from the fact that he was actually the second choice to drive Nitaku. Well, actually, to drive Shenlong, he was the second choice. The first choice was either his mother or his sister, and they got killed. So
Oh.
he has like a complex about it.
Oh.
To the point where like the Gundam is actually the Shenlong Gundam, but whoever died, her name was Nataku, so he calls the Gundam Nataku. So
Oh.
whenever he's like having a complex about how he's not good, Nataku is, he's trying to measure up to the first choice for the Shenlong Gundam, which he doesn't think he ever will.
Wow, he has an inferiority complex.
Plus, every time he like lashes out at a woman and calls her stupid, it's when she is like going up against his Gundam at the beginning of the series, which they have no chance in hell of beating. So it's kind of like, you're gonna die like my sister did. Please don't put me through this again.
Cool.
I mean, he's still a terrible human being, and he still sucks. But
Oh,
at
okay.
least there's like interesting reasons for it.
Yeah, so it seems abridged anime can add more, flesh out more characters better than some anime, depending
Yeah,
on the original story. Like Goku and like Vegeta, well, Vegeta didn't really need it. Uh, they fleshed out more characters in the abridged Dragon Ball in the Dragon Ball abridged series, more or less.
I would actually not know. I've only watched Dragon Ball.
Mm, I'm amazed that you've never watched Dragon Ball Z.
I watched it a little bit when I was younger. I think my sister was like, what's the word? I can't think of the word, but basically like negative about it. I don't really know why.
Okay.
And I was just kind of like, there was a part of me that's like, I don't want to upset Anna, but I also want to do whatever the hell I want, so I'll keep watching it. But then I got to the Cell Saga, and Cell absorbed Ender 18, and I'm like, nope, I'm good. Never mind. Don't want to watch this.
Yeah, that's kind of rough if you're an 18 fan.
Yep. No, it was just like horrifying to me. I'm like, this is a thing of nightmares.
Oh, getting absorbed in a tail and becoming
Yeah, I feel
gorgeous.
like that happened for like 8 episodes in a row of her just trying to like struggle and get away, and I'm like, no, no, thank you, I'm good.
Wow, yeah, now you just really brought back the flashback of how Dragon Ball Z just continued on and on and on.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck me.
Um.
Mhm.
But yeah, what am I talking about? I am glad that that wasn't that long of a thing in the abridged series. That would have not been fun for me to revisit. But I probably should watch Z at some point. I got into it mostly because of my cousin Sam and how much he likes it. So I did watch all of Dragon Ball, which was good.
I still haven't, no, to this day, I haven't watched all of Dragon Ball. I think as much as a full Dragon Ball series part I ever got to was the first martial arts tournament on VHS. And then after that, it was like randomly picking a Dragon Ball tape, and I don't know how Goku got there, and dealing with the Red Ribbon Army,
Oh yeah, that.
and then dealing with King Piccolo later when he killed Roshi and Krillin,
Yep.
and then like 4 year 5 years later, he's like 18 or 19, and he's an adult man, and Momo might be kind of falling for him or something, and Ichi fights him, and I'm not sure how that shit goes down, and they have an adventure in the end, and then they get married, and then there's like a word that's, and then there's that voice that says, "What's gonna happen with Goku and Chi Chi? Find out in Dragon Ball Z." I
Yeah, that's
think,
pretty much it. I think the only
I
like
think that's how
major
it
thing you
ends.
may have, huh?
I think that's how it ends.
Yeah, I think the only major thing you may have missed was like the Spirit World tournament thing.
You know what? I have that one tape on VHS.
Oh, all right.
Yeah, I do have one tape of it, but I don't know what the fuck it was about. I
Well,
just grabbed tapes back then.
spoiler alert for Dragon Ball this time. I don't exactly remember exactly why or for what reason, but for some reason the main cast of Dragon Ball Z go and fight Baba for some reason.
Doesn't Baba have some kind of freaking tournament or something?
Have what?
Doesn't
Yeah,
she have a tournament?
yeah.
Mm.
So they go and fight Baba. I can't remember why. And at the last
Technically, they're
part of
not
the
fighting Baba; they're fighting whatever people she has.
yeah, and then like the last fighter in the tournament is Gohan.
Goku's grandfather.
Yeah, well, more like Goku's adopted father.
Oh, cool.
He just calls him Grandpa Gohan.
Oh, you're right.
Oh no, wait, maybe Goku. No, I don't. Does Goku call him Grandpa Gohan, or does Gohan? Because he would actually be Gohan's grandfather.
Goku just called him Grandpa because he was old.
Probably.
Yeah. Oh, fuck. You just kind of you made me realize that damn that is correct. Even though Gohan raised him as his own son, maybe Goku did call him Grandpa.
Yeah, I mean, Goku named him after his dad.
Yeah, he did. Oh, it doesn't really matter now, does it? I mean, this thing has been in antiquity for like 30 years. Does it really matter what he
Yeah,
calls him? We know the gist, so it doesn't really matter at this point.
yeah.
Mm. Actually, want to start playing Thousand Arms.
Is that the thing that you were playing before? No, that was like Cold Steel or something, wasn't it?
Tales of Cold Steel is one of my newer favorite JRPGs. Don't get me wrong. And I am so waiting on the fourth game because I am like totally enthralled with how I'm totally like annoyed how it ended in that cliffhanger, which was so anime esque. Come,
Yep.
Queen, we will bring forth destruction together. It just ends and this badass ending theme song occurs, and it's like kind of heart wrenching. Like, oh my god, Reen got hurt so much, and he lost. Spoilers for Trials of Cold Steel 3. uh, Milium dies and by sacrificing herself and becomes a crystallized sword. You have to see it. I mean, I'm gonna stream it, and when it does, I'm not gonna cry, but it's gonna be very rough when I finish
The
it.
cry on the inside.
Yeah, because when I first played when my first playthrough when I played it, I was just like totally I did not know what to expect because I was expecting like these hero Green, and in fact he's like so main character he can do it. I mean he's a main character with depth, even though he has it's exasperating that he goes through these long ass those long ass inspirational speeches, which some characters say, dude, that is so cheesy, but we follow you just because we do like you. You're
You're
not.
so cheesy and cliche, and I love you.
Yes, just because you're not spiky haired syndrome as I call him. You're actually a freaking good main character and stuff, and we love you. And even though I do ship you with Elisa more than Laura, Emma, Fee, or whatever, you're a cool character.
Sweet. There is one joke that I want to make about that, though.
Go for it.
So one of them dies and turns into a sword
Well, yeah,
at the end of the game,
yes.
and there's going to be a next one.
this is supposed to be the last one, yes, of this series. You have this
That was a bad move on their part. They're going to be a weapon you can use in the next game, which means that they're going to be the worst weapon because the one you have at the beginning. They will immediately be traded off for something better.
Maybe I have no clue how this is gonna work. I mean, I really have no idea. It could be, but the best weapon you can get in this game is called black ore. It's like black ore weapon. It's like made of a kind of made of black ore. It's like made by this black material, and it forms your strongest weapons that you can pass over in a new game plus, which I am doing. So
Then it can summon a meteor.
I wish you could summon a meteor, but it just looks all badass. I mean, it doesn't really look black. It just looks like a regular sword, but you know your stats are updated, like attack power and all that shit.
That was just a nerdy joke based on you accidentally saying materia.
Oh right, fuck right. Final Fantasy VII. I'm pretty sure
Yep,
I got this correct because that damn remake is coming out, and my fucking copy is not coming until Tuesday. It seems, and I'm fucking annoyed.
fair enough.
Mm. Thousand Arms. Thousand Arms was actually the first JRPG that really got me on the JRPG kick in 1999. I read
Sweet.
it in a video game magazine as a young 14-year-old and starting high school, and I read it on a bus because oh, that's what you used to do. You read like game magazines or books on a bus or whatever. And I see this
I
image.
stopped taking the bus home when I fell asleep on it.
Ouch, that sucks, man. My school was like 10 minutes away for driving or bus or whatever, so I could never really sleep on there.
Hmm.
Uh, Thousand Arms is the first JRPG that I got. My mom got me on Christmas because I asked for it. It looked cool. It was like these two anime characters, like looking all happy and everything, and it just said, "Miss a very good adventure" or whatever. Actually, I have the case. Let's see what it says. Thousand Arms by Atlas, 2 disc. One of the most unique and promising RPG this year by VideoGames.com. Packed with stunning anime sequences and 12 hours of interactive voice dialogue. Go on dates with 9 beautiful women to learn new powers and the ability to create elemental weapons. Unleash the fury of attacks such as the Tornado Voice and Rock Geyser. Explore a fully realized 3D world filled with adventure. One player, one memory card, one block vibration function RPG Atlas. And it's for teens. And it comes with a collector's 3D trading card, memory card stickers. Free CD offer includes music soundtrack, which I did get, and I got like the PC CD with desktop themes and anime wallpaper and much more, and it was fun to play.
Sweet.
Main character is named Mai's Triumph. And let's see, characters. I wish I could show you the images I'm seeing in this booklet I'm reading. Anyway, Mai's Triumph. Mai's Triumph is 16 years old. His hometown is Kant in the countryside of Triguld, and his personality very true to himself, for better or for worse. Puts 100% in the effort to believe in what is right, and what's right is his passion for the opposite sex. Son and heir to the Triumphs, a noble family of spirit blacksmiths, very passionate, especially towards women of his type, which pretty much converts to any girl who will talk to him. While guarded by most people as an easygoing playboy, he has a strong sense of responsibility, which is true. He's pretty much like a Casanova. He means well, but he is a lecher.
All the things that are coming to my mind are way not friendly for kids, so I'm just going to keep to myself.
The game is pretty much a general RPG, and the main character is likable, if not a pervert and a lecher. And the course of the course of the game revolves around you coming to terms with your hometown being invaded by a mysterious enemy. You run away sadly, leaving all your assets behind in a nice big mansion. Uh, and you wind up in Boisby, where you try to save a cute girl named Sodina, one of the main character and best girl, and probably the true love of life, from some thugs, but they wind up kicking your ass after you try to show off your sword, which snaps in two.
Whoops.
Hmm?
Whoops.
What?
Oh, sorry, I must be too far from the mic. Whoops.
Oh yeah. So your sword snaps and you get your ass beat before Sardina's older brother, uh, he scares him off or something, and then he says, and then Miles wakes up to the voice of Sardina and he says, "Ah, I think I hear the voice of an angel." He comes to and Sardina's there smiling at him, and she is like the angelic, gentle character. So she's very giving and loving, but doesn't but her feelings for Mai run strong, and she does get jealous, but not tsundere level. She just denies it in a more polite way. Whatever.
I think I hear the voice of an angel. You got wrecked, kid. Learn how to fight.
I wish you know what I wish you said that right now. God damn it! This game was so dated, 1999. No, 98 came out. I got it in 99, but still. So you hear the clanging of a sword being forged, and uh, Georgina's brother comes in saying, Why did you treat your sword with such disrespect? It's crying." Sword. Apparently, the sword is a more or less it is metal, but it has engraved in it actual spirits because Mize is a spirit blacksmith. He can forge weapons by imbuing it with elemental power. If that makes sense.
Did he not know that until just now?
He was pretty much even though he knows the basics, it's pretty much like half-assed before he winds up becoming a kind of apprentice to Satina's brother to really immerse himself with being a good spirit blacksmith.
Alright.
And for your first mission, you have to travel to the mines to get a mineral so you can reforge your sword again. So you have to take your broken ass sword and dealing with monsters along the way. And it's kind of cool because in the layout for when you're actually in your first battle, you see the sword is snapped along with the silhouette of the character, and you use that broken sword to kick some ass. Although it looks kind of even though it should be weak. You find the mineral after defeating a very powerful boss, which is easy. You just have to learn to defend and block, and it's like old school RPGs. Like you gotta wait until your ATB bar is up before you can do like one simple attack. It's not like constant Kingdom Hearts moving around, dodging. You stand still, take the hit back, and use whatever you can to survive the battle, more or less.
Yeah.
Awesome, man. I miss those days. You get the mineral, and then in a cool way, you gain a spirit sword because the cut part of the blade becomes a spirit mineral of the mineral you're gonna use to forge it at back in Boisby, and you do, and your sword is fixed eventually, and then that's where some small adventures occur with Mize and his new life in Boisby, living with Sedina and her brother, and being an apprentice. And then one day you discover that the female character's brother had another apprentice named Schmidt, and Schmidt uh, Schmidt is he has been around the world or something trying to his own spirit blacksmith, and then he scopes out Mize's work and he's not like very good. He thinks he's like a pathetic loser, like Sasuke before Sasuke was a thing, and he decides to test Mize's work. The two wind up in a blacksmith contest to see who can forge a better sword. And even though Sedina's brother acknowledges that Schmidt's sword is stronger, Mize's sword still imbues the the true craft of craftsmanship of being a blacksmith by utilizing the elemental spirits in harmony, while your sword is more, you know, it's built on power and vengeance and all that shit, which is all the bad shit. So he tells him to go into a cave, like into a mirror cave place, which reflects your true nature, which is a bad mistake, mind you. But he does, and then when Schmidt sees the mirror of his image, there's nothing but darkness. And he says, "No, so my is it my destiny to be dark? Now so be it. Wise, I will see you again." And he goes off and fucks off somewhere and becomes, and then he shows up again later in the show, in the game as the Dark Master.
Darkness. Also, at this point, I have never watched the movie, but the whole Schmidt and stuff. Um, I have been watching D&D TikToks on
Yeah,
YouTube,
yeah,
and there is a meme in it that sounds very similar to this entire scenario.
really,
And the audio is taken from Kung Fu Panda.
really.
Yes.
Oh,
Apparently, in that movie, there's some kind of old apprentice to the current master, and he gets in trouble or something and is kept somewhere. And then the Jack Black plays comes and actually takes over his discipline. And then he comes back and he's just kind of like, "I'm home." And the master's like, "Go away, you're a jerk now." He's like, "Right, you have a new favorite, this dumb asshole who I'm better than."
interesting.
Yep.
So you, Mize, and Sedina come back from the cave, and then you realize that the town Boisby is getting ransacked by the, oh god, what was it called? The mechanic, by some kind of army that went on a rampage in Kent, Mize's hometown. So
Hmm.
Mize and Sedina rush back to get to Sedina's brother, and then you see him fighting in this cool 2D fighting style of him fighting what appears to be one of the robot overlords or something. Yes, I did say it's a robot. These are the core. There are five main villains over the course of the film. I'm sorry, the game, and they are parts of the evil NECA Five. They are part of a big army elite of robots by some hired dude wanting to get this elemental flames torches.
All right.
Yeah, and so Dina's brother is able to fend one of the Mecha Five off, and he utilizes a powerful technique or magic ability, a powerful summoning tool. Summon a spirit guardian or a spirit animal or whatever. Unfortunately, he dies in the end. So Sedina and Mize bury him sadly, but for more sadly, and Mize and Sedina decide that they have to protect the elemental flame from the dark forces that want its power. So the crux of the plot of the story is that you have to go around the entire world or whatever to find these sacred altars to get the sacred flame in order to protect them from the evil enemy that wants it.
Why are they more safe with you than the altars?
Because the sacred flame because the sacred flame holds a kind of holds power, and it actually gives you a powerful summon spirit, a spiritual animal, as it were. And since you are a spirit blacksmith, you can unify and protect it more with you than being in an outside source where anyone can ransack it.
All right.
I
It
hope
just
I
felt like
explained.
one of those. Huh?
I hope I explained that well.
Yeah.
Um, There's actually one more function I forgot in this entire game. You get to actually date the you to date you get to date the female characters that might be in your party or being a supporting player in the game for you.
It's a dating sim.
Yes, it is. And then you go on like these 2 minute dates that you actually have to respond. You have to respond to an answer to that is appropriate or not appropriate. The thing is, it only has an A or B answer, and it's automatic. So you don't get to you can pick the answer, but you can't generate the answer because it's just automatic. And depending on what the female asks you or whatever.
Alright.
And the thing is, you have to raise the female's intimacy level with you. That
Alright.
you have if you the more you raise the intimacy level, the more spells and new attacks you can learn for your weapons and strengthen them through your bond with the female. And
Alright.
then the process for being in the process is he forges your weapon. Mine's at altars. He forges your weapons and utilizes like one of the females as the core of the element he's trying to utilize. And it's like very cool because you see him like you hear the sound of a hammer hitting a sword or whatever, and the he's actually forging the weapon of the party members.
Cool.
The thing is, it takes like as you get stronger, there's like a more of a outtake that you can take. So like there's only so much MP you have, so you have to continue battling the enemies to gain up MP, so you can continue to strengthen your weapons as best you can.
Mm-hmm.
It's best, but the side note is that it's best that you try to give the characters each of the spells that they are offered to at certain levels because you cannot reverse the intimacy level if it goes higher. So say like I'm forging with Sedina and she has like a heal spell, but I forgot to give it to another character or whatever, and I can't really and I missed that one. Well, no, you can reverse the level of her intimacy level if you go on a purposely a bad date, but I don't like doing that, so I'd like to try to keep things balanced.
Good point.
And along with though, now that but that was just nothing more than oh my god, I'm actually having a brain fart. I can't think of the word I'm looking for right now. An example. Oh my god, what the fuck is wrong with me?
It's contagious.
It is. Oh, damn it, Ben. Seriously, it was your fault. Um, that's just nothing more than an example, but you can actually learn some old spells for the new character for some characters that are brought in a little bit later in the game to the characters by going on different dates with other females. But the thing is, it gets harder as the game goes on to go back and forth between certain places, I believe. So that's why by the end of the game, you're able to gain access into like you get a warp spell. No, by the end of the first disc, you're able to gain like a warp spell that teleports you back to places you've been, and
Hmm.
and then you can actually date the female or whatever. Oh, you can date the female that you want to, get some more spells or attacks in. Uh, there are there are approximately like 7 characters that are in your party that join you on your quest. That's Mai, Sadina, Musa, Weena, Soshi, Kylene, and Nelsha. Actually, that's not 7, right? One, two, three, four, 5, 6. No, I was right. 7, and Sadina makes 7. Um, they join your party, and it's very interesting how they are involved in the story. And it's pretty a straightforward but very fun game that is long if you want to try to do everything of the game utilizes with the dating system, or you just do the main or just stick with the main girl characters of Lena, Sodina, Eileen, and Nelsha, who are the four females who will practically always who would be on your party. All
Alright.
the other females are like important to the story, more or less, depending on what chapter you're on. They're important.
Alright.
And there's another interesting function about this game that if you have a good date with them, if you hear like certain music playing, they'll give you a smooch or a kiss, and they actually show the characters kissing you, which is very nice. And if you're wondering, people, that's the image I'm using, even though it's not the non-kissing kind. It's just an image of some of the female characters that you can date, more or less, in
Huh.
the game. I'm using that as the recording image.
Yeah.
If
You
you
said females a lot.
hmm?
You've said females a lot.
I did?
That was like the exclusive word that you used to refer to the girl characters for thousands of times.
Wow, I did not know. I really
Should I
didn't
have said
notice.
something sooner? I'm
Really,
sorry.
it's fine, but they do. I mean, I know their names. If I mean, I named four of them already.
Yeah.
Uh, but they're like for like special attacks that the characters can utilize.
Hmm?
Only certain female characters have them, so you have to
Uh-huh.
backtrack if you want to get them. Like for Weena, Grapple, for instance, he has no fucking special attack skills unless you know who to go to.
Oh, alright.
So like she gets like her first attack spell from like more of the female characters that are outside the party who are support
Alright.
players. And she's able to like gain her four attack skills from them, which is interesting. Same with Musa, even though he gets mostly two of his better attacks from Weena. And actually, now that I'm thinking about it, I didn't really tell you about the other characters, two of the main characters in the story, besides
Hmm?
Mice.
What?
Hmm?
Was I supposed to respond?
No, I'm actually flipping through the manual right now, so I can tell you the personalities or who the characters are.
Ah, yeah.
Okay, tell me if it gets boring. Okay,
Okay.
not that it should be. So Dina Dawnfried, age 15, hometown Boisby, the capital of Dragul. Personality: a down-to-earth girl who believes in Mise no matter what. Her sacred element is light. That's her affinity, is light. Honest, cheerful, and kind towards everybody, but whenever Mai shows interest in other girls, she gets a bit jealous and acts accordingly, most likely with a slap to Mai's head. The weapon she uses is a knife or a dagger. She's pretty okay with it, but her strongest asset is her healing magic that she can utilize, or any other magic. That's her strongest asset. She's like a magic buff, more or less. Special attacks are actually very beautifully. I mean, all the characters have special attacks that are beautifully crafted in 2D anime fashion, depending what you use.
Sweet.
I'll probably send you a video link about them. The main uh, Mize's Mize's other figure, more or less, is named Musa Clifford, age 21, hometown Schwutzen, home of the fearless warriors. Personality: his actions are motivated by his dream of becoming a hero. A big brother figure to Mize, but gets very nervous in front of girls, which he freezes up in comedic fashion. If he sees a pretty girl and everything, he freezes up. The thing is, he actually has a prolonged crush on another female character that's pretty important in the earlier stages of the game, named Lena Grapple, age 17, hometown Lagood, pirate's hideout. A very straightforward, carefree girl who prefers to live her way of life her own way. Talks like a guy, and her combat skills are first class. To this girl, the fight is everything.
Cool.
She's a tomboy, but very beautiful, long blonde hair and like a bikini and she's got like, and she wears a bikini, and she has a fucking big hammer as her weapon.
Huh.
And her element affinity is fire. Soshi Mahawaba, age 18, hometown Wano, land of the Orient. People may mistake him for a beautiful woman, but in battle he is a cold machine programmed to defeat anyone unfortunate to cross his path. Very gentle to women and uses his looks and frailty to influence their maternal instincts.
What?
I know, right?
Is he like 5 or something?
He's not bi, he just looks like a woman.
No, I said 5.
He's what?
5, like 5 years old.
Why would he be 5 years old?
I mean, like, I don't know, like, it's like activate the maternal instincts. I'm like, so he looks like a little kid? What are you talking about?
No, well, I mean, it just, yeah, I mean, I get your joke now in better context. Well, no, it's, mm, he's like another ladies' man, but he's much more subtle with it. If you didn't know who he is,
Alright.
but he's a bad at, but he is a good, but he is like a samurai more or less.
Yeah.
Even though he looks like a woman, he's very deadly.
Is he like Camille about it?
Huh?
Is he like Camille about it?
Neil?
Camille. I still haven't watched Gundam Zeta. I feel like I've already made this joke in the series, by the way.
Probably have. I guess he can be considered a Camille, I guess.
No, basically Camille is apparently a girl's name, and if anyone tells that to Camille from Gundam Zeta's face, he'll like beat them up.
Oh no, he doesn't really care. He actually takes advantage of the fact he looks like a woman. Well, even though he probably does subtly despise the fact he looks like a woman, or especially if a guy does hit on him and they don't know that he's really a male.
I would not like your advances. Come on, just buy me. Let me buy you a drink. I'm going to break your hand.
Exactly, because even though he does wear pink, though.
Pink is banned. Like, shut up.
I mean, he could have worn blue, but I guess for the image quality, they wanted it to be pink because pink utilizes like female qualities, and he's a guy.
Mm-hmm.
The next character is Kylie Neffel, hometown Shavan, the floating city of commerce. Cheerful, active, full of curiosity. When caught between a rock and a hard place, he tends to either just run away or try to squeeze her way out of it by arguing. Somehow, people around her aren't too concerned with her personality. She Her element is the air or wind, and her weapon of choice is a rapier.
Hmm.
Her special attacks are kind of weird, or if not, like more status inducing. The only attack that actually has any worth merit is her final attack she gains if you are able to get one of the other female characters like intimacy up to higher levels by enforging it. It's like a surprise attack or whatever. And it's like so
Sweet.
funny how she tried to utilize it, and she just no, I can't tell you. It's better just to see than explaining it.
All right. Also, at this point, I imagine that the white mage is yelling at the protagonist and just kind of like, it's your incorrigible flirting, which is why we can only recruit one person from each town.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, pretty much. You actually put it in context. That's right, Ben.
We can only get one person in an entire city to join us. You know, there could have been 2 people from the ocean town, but you messed it up.
Yeah, pretty much. And you're always flirting with these females. Do you not love me, Mize? It's Adina. I do love you. It's just
Just love everybody else too. Don't hold it against me.
yeah, exactly. And the last character in your party is Nelsha Stylus. Age appears to be 12, but technically she really could be much more older than what she looks like. Her
Because she's a
hometown.
vampire.
I wish she was, dude. She's not a fucking vampire though. Her hometown is the ancient city of Mystacania. The dress master with a dual personality, usually an introverted girl, but acts completely different whenever she changes her costume. When she loses her temper, she really loses her temper.
Okay, so I'm imagining her being a magical girl, but also because you said she was from Mexicania, I'm imagining her being a luchador magical girl.
You know what? I wish that were the case, but apparently, the ancient city of Mysticania is actually a misty city. It's a misty place.
Oh, Mysticania. I misheard you.
Oh, okay, yeah, it's called Mystic. Yeah, she's from the hometown, the ancient city of Mysticania.
I thought it was MEX, not MYST.
Nope, it is M-Y-S-T-M-A. It's MYSCATONIA.
Alright.
And that's pretty much it for the main characters in your party. And they give you like hints. And what really got me into this, what really what really brings me a lot of feelings for this game series is that the song is there are two themes, there are two songs in this entire game. There's the opening called "Depend on You," and it's sung by Ayumi Hamasaki, famous Japanese actress, I think, or singer. And she sings that, and the ending theme song is called, oh, what is it? My Dearest or something? I forget how it's called at this point, but it's very good.
Sweet.
And there's also a little note from her, like what she says going on a journey. Feelings of two lovers and soaring in the sky to work with instead of being told what kind of game Thousand Arms was or how the lyrics should be. I was able to write the song without much hassle. To me, feelings of the two lovers doesn't necessarily mean that they help each other and live their lives together. There are times when a man needs to fight for what he believes in. He needs someone to return to and comfort him. I will always be here for you. This is the main theme of the song. I'm looking forward to playing this game, as well as trying out new things and doing my best to live my life to the fullest. And I hope we can do it together. And my God, I love the main theme song for this game series.
That was a weirdly sincere note.
Actually, yeah, it's actually in the pamphlet I'm reading.
For some reason, it's like it starts the poem, and I just think of all of the ways that Kingdom Hearts 2 and 3 have opened.
Really?
Don't they both start with a poem?
Oh yeah, like endless journey is like a something journey or whatever, right?
Yeah, something Heartsmen, something. Maybe a new journey won't be so scary after all. Da 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 da.
Yeah. Oh, a far off memory is like a far off dream.
Oh my god, yes! Uh,
A far off dream
yeah,
is
you
a
want to
good.
line the pieces up, yours and mine.
Yes, yes,
Uh,
exactly.
seeing these things shouldn't affect me as much as they do, but they do.
It's fine. I mean, it's a good. I mean, Kingdom Hearts, even though for all the holes in Kingdom Hearts 3, it's still a good fun. It's a good fan. It's a fun franchise.
Yeah. To be honest, actually, I feel like the feeling that I get from saying stuff like that is kind of like the jokes everyone makes online about Kingdom Hearts tearing your heart out and eating it or something.
How does it
But
tear
I
you out?
don't. It's so emotional. I'm sad.
Depending, yes.
But I feel like the reasons that I don't like those like jokes is because whenever the joke is like written or shown or something, the person looks miserable. But like I'm doing this stuff and it's like depressing and hurts, but it's like also amazingly fun.
Cool.
Maybe I should try and find one of those pictures and it's like how other people react to it, and then just like paste a thing under it. It's like how I react to it, and then just get the part where what is it? Gray Fox talks to Snake in Metal Gear Solid 1, like hurt me more, Snake.
So Kingdom Hearts just leaves you broken, more or less.
Yeah, but I don't think it does that. I just think it's sad, but in like a good way.
I mean, if you're listening to Simple and Clean, I think that kind of can be on the fills.
Yes.
When you walk away, you don't hear me say, please,
Uh,
baby.
it's so good.
Oh no. Simple and clean is the way that you're making me feel tonight. And then you gotta try
I'm
to.
afraid of singing, or I would become singing along.
uh, what's her name? Utada Hikaru?
Yeah,
Utada.
something like
Yeah,
that. I think I know her first name is like Utada or something.
yeah, and she's actually an artist more in Japan, but she does have singles in America too, from what I last
Yeah,
remembered.
I actually heard that she was like, I don't know, people really like her in Japan.
Oh yeah, she's very, very big in Japan, of course, which is
Like, I think I even made a joke about that in Sergeant Frog.
well. I mean, Kingdom Hearts could have boosted up her thing, I guess, her stardom.
Maybe, but I don't know if it was like a big deal that she was in Kingdom Hearts, or it was a big deal for Kingdom Hearts that she agreed to do the openers.
I mean, the song's pretty iconic at this point.
Yeah, that's a good point.
And then again, I think people sing "Simple and Clean" more than they do "Sanctuary"
I actually like Sanctuary more.
because of the techno synth music that goes on in the background, which he's like singing backward,
Yeah,
and you
that is
just
hard to replicate.
and then you just see Sora, Donald, and Goofy going upstairs, and Riku going down upstairs or whatever, which is cool. Which is cool.
Shade of Memories made as much sense as that.
Mm. My heart is a battleground. That's all I remember her saying.
Here, yeah,
And then she sings something about "You show me how I should feel" or whatever. All there is means nothing.
I
Um,
think it's all I fear is nothing.
all I feel is see. God damn it, me. See, man, you got this.
Yeah, I no, I've listened to those songs a billion times.
Oh,
Also, I liked how when Kingdom Hearts 3 came out, and I was like, I don't know if I like this new intro. And you're
you
like, it
like the
grows on
intro
you.
eventually. It grew, it
It
attached
does
itself to
grow
you.
on you. Were right. It grows on you.
It does. It does. Because it's like you don't get it at first. Like oh my gosh, she just sounds like she's kind of crying or whatever. Then you hear like the first couple of 10, and then you hear it the first 10, 15 times, and it's like, oh my god, this totally speaks to me. I get it. Oh my god.
Yes. Although I do like Don't Think Twice more.
Hmm. Isn't Don't Think Twice? Oh no, Don't Think Twice is the ending.
Yep. And technically not the intro. What do you call the animation that plays if you like stay on the start menu long enough?
Yeah, and I don't know. I guess an like intermission. No,
Well, I guess the intermission in Kingdom Hearts 3, there's an instrumental version of Don't Think Twice.
as if you're gonna. But I'm not even gonna try to sing it. Not that I am. If you're gonna
What?
think, no, if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't want to know, baby, I don't want to know. I waited for
Yeah.
a lifetime, and if you're gonna think twice, baby, I don't want to know, baby, I don't want to know.
It is one of those songs that does overuse the word baby.
Yeah, is it maybe or baby? Like I don't want to think
Yeah, it's baby.
twice, baby, or maybe.
No, I'm pretty sure it's baby.
Like saying baby, as you said.
It's hard to know the difference.
I mean, I listen to it on Spotify, so you know.
uh, and
Um,
of course, I've already listened to it. It's like covers. I have this, and I don't know if it's annoying or not, but I definitely have a thing about listening to covers of music these days.
yeah, yeah, Ben, you like that One Punch one, dude. That does that
Oh
song.
yeah, Jonathan.
Yeah, him.
I haven't listened to him as much recently. I think he went through a depression for a bit.
Hmm.
Part of me is afraid to say something like that about someone I don't know on like an internet forum where it'll be there forever.
You don't want to type it up?
No, like we're talking about it right now. I'm going to go on YouTube, so I'm hesitant to say something like that because I don't actually personally know Jonathan.
Oh, his name is Jonathan?
Yeah, the cover guy is Jonathan Young.
Oh.
I was saying I didn't listen to him for a little bit because he seemed very depressed.
Oh. That's
But I don't want to say that about someone because I don't know him, and this is going to go on the internet, so that feels a bit weird.
well, there's a lot of Jonathan whatever his last name is, I guess. And this is very small, very small. I don't think no one's gonna pay me much attention.
I think people like him. Don't talk bad about him. He's already said that. Don't stop talking about things I don't understand.
I mean, seriously.
But yeah, Jonathan Young, Caleb Hiles, and some others whose names I should remember, like Adriosaurus, Family Jewels, and Rickard Ebb. I don't know if it's Richard or Rickard.
Oh, okay.
But
Okay.
Caleb and Adriosaurus slash Family Jewels
Oh, okay.
each did a cover of Face My Fears.
Face my fears. Cool. I
Yes.
think J. Michael Tatum's husband, he did his own rendition of Simple and Clean, I believe,
Ooh,
on his YouTube channel. That was good.
nice.
Christina V, famous voice actress who voiced Sailor Mars in the Sailor Moon franchise, Homo Akemi and Modoka
Mhm.
Magica. She does her own little. I think she used to do her own little versions of songs.
She actually has done 2 covers with Richard Ebb.
Cool.
I've sent them to you.
Yes, you did. Now that I think about it, that one from that shooting anime game or whatever, and
Yeah, Bullet Hell, Toho.
yeah, that thing.
She actually covered that by herself first, at least I think.
Oh, cool.
So the second time was with Rickard doing the. I don't know if that's his name. It's hard to remember his name because I just read it as like Richard, and then I'm like, that's not right, is it?
Richard, Richard.
But but yeah, he did the guitar for the second cover, and then the other one they did was or do you want to try and remember it?
No, I remember the one video you sent me years ago when
Yeah, Bad Apple.
at Bad Apple she's singing "Forever On and On." I continue running through all my pain and misery or whatever that song was. How that shit.
Yeah, the song's awesome, but sometimes you listen to the lyrics too much. It's like, what is this about? Because it seems horrible.
Yeah, like it's something about apples or what is she crying about?
Yeah, it almost sounds like I don't know, someone trying not to die, but it's like, fuck, I don't die.
Yeah,
And it just kind of keeps going back between that the whole song.
yeah.
But the other one was the more recent Pop Stars by KDA.
Yes, I do remember that one.
Also, Caleb Hiles covered that song, and it was awesome.
You should probably do the rock and roll hand sign and everything. Like this is total metal or something.
That is actually a thing that he does all the time.
What that whole rocker? The
Yeah,
whole
the rocker symbol or whatever. It's like something that he like does all the time with the camera and stuff, and he has everybody else do it when he's like in concert and stuff.
cool. It's total metal, bro.
Yes, peace, love, and metal.
Yes. Actually, now that I think about it, Scott Snyder does that, like for some of his pictures with Greg Capullo in comics, writing, and all that shit.
Sweet.
You know
Um,
comic writers?
I do not know comic writers by heart. I have gotten to a point where I will recognize artists and buy comics for just their art.
Ah, cool. That's
I
first.
don't know their names either, though. I just recognize the art style.
Ah, interesting. I know more of the writers and artists, sadly. And
I
again,
should probably learn about their arts. Actually, ironically, the only reason that I do know one comic writer, and it's primarily because of Howard the Duck and because of Dan. So I'm pretty sure you can guess who it is.
oh, fuck, really? I don't really pay attention. I forget who.
Oh,
I forget. Kelly Thompson wrote Howard the Duck.
no, it's Ryan North.
Oh, I don't know. I don't. I
He
don't.
wrote Squirrel Girl.
Oh, right. That. Oh, right. Squirrel Girl went on for like years, right, before it got
Yeah,
canceled.
and it's like Dan's favorite. But not only do I know it because Dan will sometimes say his name, it's stuck in my brain because well, you know how I always talk about how the best thing that I've ever seen from Marvel, and I haven't read Marvel that long, so I'm sure this is going to cause, like, if anybody if our one fan enjoys Marvel, I'm sure this will be totally crap. What's the word? Like an opinion that'll upset people.
It's an opinion, a hot take, if you want to call it that stupid word.
Maybe I was gonna say gauche. Anyhow,
Okay, I don't want to
um,
be gauche.
but yeah, one of the best things that I ever loved that came out of Marvel was the combination of Hellcat, Squirrel Girl, and Howard the Duck.
That was an actually Hellcat and Howard the Duck thing was actually pretty good, but it was like very short lived because no one was like picking up that comic or the graphic or the soon compilations of him.
Yeah, but Squirrel Girl was also in on that. They all referenced each other, and it made it feel like there was this big continuity going on in Marvel.
Oh no, for
Unlike,
them, yes, there's a big continuity because no one pays attention to them, so they can do whatever they
yeah.
want.
So I really love them, but in the last few episodes of Howard the Duck, spoilers again, but it gets really meta because the authors self-insert themselves into the comic.
You know what? I think you showed me this panel of them being in the comic, or maybe it been Dan.
Yeah, and so they also included the current artist and writer of Squirrel Girl. So there's like a weird alien version of Ryan North in the Howard the Duck
Oh God,
comic, and that's how I remember who Ryan North is.
cool. I wonder if I've read any of his. I wonder if I've read any of his comics, but not pay attention to who writes it per se. Huh, I guess I need to
Yeah.
do some homework. We are an hour and 6 minutes in.
Oh wow.
I know, right? All that conversation with me with Thousand Arms and why I like it, which I hope when I watch this to make sure how everything is, I hope it's more what's the word I'm looking for? Consistent. Because I know I'm
Yeah.
not the best of explaining it verbally, sadly. I'm better at typing it out because I can get all my feelings out more thoroughly like that than trying to explain something verbally. And I do have problems when it comes to like trying to get to the point, but I want to add so many adjectives to because of my own excitement levels that I'm aware of this piece of JRPG history known as Thousand Arms by Atlas that no one does know about unless they're a certain age, my age, which is 35.
Yeah.
Thousand Arms really much was the pinnacle of one of my better high school memories I have.
Nice.
And that it's still a game I cherish above all others, even if I love Trails of Cold Steel and Kingdom Hearts like anyone else more the main games than the side shit. Though I do keep Earth by Sleep in high regard and Dream Drop Distance, which was still kind of confusing.
306 and like whatever days.
I don't care for that
I
shit.
Yeah, I feel like weird about that because like basically me and Sam played all the games on like the hardest difficulty except that one because it got so dull and it's taking so long. We just put it on easy mode and we tried to go through it as fast as we could. It was still not fun to play and dull. And I'm just like, and
Isn't
then
that
like
just a
the end of the
rehash of beating like boss battles from the first two games?
no,
No.
maybe I don't know.
Uh,
No, I think you're thinking of Chain of Memories.
I don't know. It seems
Oh
that
no, first two games. Chain of Memories is the first game.
365 seems like it incorporated the boss battles in the middle because it takes place in the middle before um takes place a little bit before Kingdom Hearts 2 and a tad bit a little bit before Chain of Memories.
That's actually a good point. To be honest, it's all kind of a blur. It took so long to beat. Then we got to the end, which was actually very good. And then I got all emotional. And of course, Sam had beat that game before, and I'm like, you knew this was going to happen, and I hate you.
I mean, yeah, pretty much because it's just Vox is being thrusted into a virtual reality.
Yeah. No, I meant the whole boss fight with Zion. I mean, Shion.
Shion.
Sorry.
Yeah, Shion. Yeah, that's how you pronounce the name. You don't pronounce it's an X. It's X. So her name is Shion.
Sure it is.
Ion. Ion.
To be honest, the only reason that I'm pissy about it is because somebody yelled at me about it at a convention. I'm like, I'm gonna say it Zion from now on, despite.
I'm gonna do it out of spite.
Yes.
Shion or Shion. Uh, it sounds like Shion Uzuki from Xenosaga.
Yeah, for some reason they go really hard on the O's. They say like Shion.
Yeah, they do. Well, maybe it's because we're English and we just need to pronounce it more like Shion. Shion.
Yeah.
Shion.
Actually, I've heard about that thing being a thing. I was watching like the Howl's Moving Castle special features from like Spirit, like the Miyazaki version,
Yeah.
and they were saying that they would enunciate Howl in a weird kind of way, so that would instead of just saying Howl, so it's a syllable, they would say Howell, so it would take up two syllables because that's how Howl is pronounced in Japanese, so it would match up better with the lip flaps.
Uh, oh.
Yeah.
That's all I remember from Howl's Moving Castle.
Yes.
Howl. That's actually a good movie. No one likes
Yeah.
to bring up Kiki's Delivery Service.
That one is very good.
My God, I loved it when I was in middle school. I mean, I loved renting that film. But I'm a guy. I'm not sure if I should really have liked a coming of age story about a witch.
Yes.
Voiced by Kirsten Dunst when she was younger.
And I also watched special features for that one, so I just remember the person who voiced that one like lady who was like lived in the woods and was like nice to Kiki when she was down or something.
Hmm.
She was like, I got this role because I have a deep voice, which apparently means I'm a strong female.
Oh, interesting.
I don't know why that stuck with me, but I remember her saying
Is
that.
it because she could have been typecasted?
I don't know. I don't know if she was being sarcastic or not.
Oh, cool. See, see everyone. We have random conversations that go everywhere.
What were we talking about? Thousand Arms? Now we're talking about Miyazaki.
Exactly. We went from Thousand Arms to Kingdom Hearts to this and something else. I don't know.
Though also, I really like Castle in the Sky.
Have you watched Lucky Star?
No, what's that?
Oh, we'll talk about that later. I could explain it right now, but I feel like Lucky Star is something that would be very dear to your heart because of how random it is.
All right. To be honest, I've tried. I usually get like bored with specifically like random anime, like Bobo 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 or
Oh, I
Excel
don't even
Saga.
grasp that shit. I have to ignore it. I can't get into it.
All right, have you seen Excel Saga?
Oh God, I'm aware of it. It's very I don't know. I think it's crappy.
Like I like it when they just like go off the wall and do anything, but sometimes it's hard to like get invested.
It's completely oddball. I'll give it that.
Yep.
I like the opening theme song, despite the fact I dislike it because it's just so. It makes me feel ill by saying how random it is.
It's so bad, it's good.
Yeah, it's one of those things like, ugh. And then I want to also feel like I want to puke out my guts, like the blonde character.
Yes.
I'm aware of that one scene when she just pukes out her guts or something.
Oh, I don't know. I thought you were talking about the blue-haired character that's like anemic or something.
I thought her hair was purple.
Okay, it's purple.
He has a good singing voice though when they sing the theme song.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
Yeah.
But, oh god, I just realized I actually did some kind of sing song. Fuck! I'm done.
Now it's in your head forever.
Unfortunately, yes. But whatever. This is supposed to be random, and it's more or less supposed to be a good time, I guess.
Hmm?
But I think with an hour and 14 minutes, we can pretty much say that this episode of Random Convos with my friend Ben or whatever, uh, I think we're good for episode 5. I guess I'll just have to think of a interesting synopsis because it's not that hard, but I gotta remember what we.
We talked about a lot of things.
Yes, we do, and we just go off from there. I'm not sure if one would call us we go off the rails and crash and burn because we don't have no script or whatever. But we don't need a fucking script. Scripts are for losers. I only
Fire in the script.
I only utilize this try to keep a consistency when I'm on CJM. But now I'm just doing this for fun and for whatever reason posting on YouTube because I am maybe I crave attention. I don't know.
I
It,
am here for your entertainment.
I
Please subscribe tonight.
I mean, I guess I don't know. I don't even care for subscribers. I mean, I kind of do, but not like that. I guess if that makes sense.
I was just trying to parody Pink songs.
What theme song?
I'm not here for your entertainment. You don't really want to fuck with me tonight.
Who sings that?
Pink.
Oh God, I can't. Wow. I haven't heard. I don't think it's been a minute since I've listened to Pink.
Hmm.
And I'm surprised I found out she had a little boy.
Oh, cool.
Yes, I think her son is like 2 or 3 years old.
Sweet. I don't actually know that much about her either. The last thing I saw of her was dancing on the side of a building.
Really? Must be.
Yeah, like they were using the side of the building as a floor, and they were like suspended on wires from like window washer carts. It was crazy.
Cool. But it is Pink.
Should we wrap this up because we keep talking more?
Yeah, you know what? Thanks for listening, and we will do this next time. So I am Jeff, and this is Ben, and
So, yeah.
and later. Bye.